You're a cool guy, brother.
Oh, thank
like
you.
You make me look cool.
Well,
they're like,
vice versa, man.
Nah, because everyone's looking at me. They're like, "Damn, he knows Stephen Wilson Jr. This guy knows ball." So.
Hey guys, thanks for being with us in the Variety Lounge. On CMAs, you're going to be doing Took a Walk from the film The Long Walk, of course. And is this the live performance debut, or at least television debut, of you two guys doing it together?
You want us to answer it again?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's not the first time we've ever performed it. He was kind enough to invite me to come and sing it during his debut or his headlining show at the Pinnacle. So we got to have like one little practice in front of people. Yeah. So call that dress rehearsal. But this is the real deal. This is
the real deal, man.
It's gonna get serious. But yeah.
Now, Stephen, on your social media, you referred to this as a full circle when the song first came out. So what is the circle between you two guys?
Well, he and I met like a couple of years ago, just actually at a CMA after party.
Yeah,
And it was right before he like started taking off. And, I didn't know, I was just about to put out a record, and he stopped me, and I think he had heard a song or two of mine. He was like, "You're a bad dude." And I was like, "You're a bad dude."
You're a bad dude. Look up there.
And then sure enough, 2 years later, he asked me to be a part of this song. And what's wild is I started singing this song called Stand By Me because of this movie called Stand By Me, based off a Stephen King book called The Body, a novella. And it's haunted me my whole life, that song. And I sang it in this dude's basement, and it blew up online. And it's a big reason why I have a career, is because of that song, Stand By Me. And it's because of Stephen King. And then in the midst of all the craziness of that year, this dude hits me up and says, "Yo, I got this song that I want you to be a part of for this Stephen King movie called The Long Walk." And they teed it up. I mean, like they had this incredible verse and chorus, and like all I could do was screw it up. So like I just really like went into songwriter mode and tried to be like I don't know, just support this in any way possible, not knowing where it was going to go. And sure enough, I went and I wrote the verse, and they loved it. 2 days later, I sang it. 2 weeks later, we heard it on a trailer. And here we are singing it at the CMAs. I'm singing Stand By Me, and I'm singing Took a Walk, both from a Stephen King movie. My name's Stephen with a PH. I ain't no king, but I've been a fan for a long time. It's just a weird full circle thing. I couldn't have planned this if I tried. It's a God thing. So. Yeah.
It's amazing, man. I mean, everything he said, sometimes I feel like I'm just hopefully a conduit, man, just doing the best I can to make things happen. And it's funny, he has this whole lore behind it. And I'm just like, I met him, I was like, "Yeah, has anyone told you look like Stephen King?" Like, that's the first thing I said to him. And, and to, full circle be here, being like, you know what, we should get Stephen Wilson. And something in my gut was like, this is the person we gotta get on this song. And brother, you blew me out of the water. It's crazy.
Oh, whatever.
Talking about fucking it up, man.
Thank you.
But man, everything he put on the track is just man, man, you did us all proud, man. Honestly, man.
It was a blessing. It really was. Like recording it, hearing his vocal, and just being a part of it. I don't know. It was a really spiritual experience. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever gotten to be a part of. So,
yeah. You also read the book too.
Yeah, I did. So I kind of wanted to, but I wanted to be a songwriter. Like that's one thing about writing music for film. I've never had any luck doing it. Every time I've tried to do it, they were like, "Nah." So, but the only thing that's ever worked for me is, as far as anything working in film, is just like a song. Like you just write a song, and then they find a place for it in the film. So when they presented this song, I was like, I'm just going to write a song. I just want to write the song, like, because that's a great thing about music and movies. This song may be sang 100 years from now by somebody, regardless of the movie, and it could have 1,000 lives that we'll never know about. So in that moment, really, my responsibility was to be a songwriter and not like a scene writer. So.
What's awesome is, like you said, with the Stand By Me, it's like that's the song. When I think of Stand By Me, the movie, I think of Stand By Me, the song by Bill Withers, and your song now too. So hopefully years later, people are listening to Took a Walk as like, man, remember that Stephen King movie with the...
Yeah, absolutely. And someone may hear that, like I heard Stand By Me, and they may reshape it into their own world, and it may take a whole new life of its own.
Yeah.
But the song, in its core, is always going to be that song. And that's just, that's the essence of it.
Shaboozey, when Francis Lawrence came to you, if that's who it was, to do the song, was there any suggestion that it should be a duet, or was that pretty much just your...
No, not at all. To be honest, how it came about for me was, you know, they used one of my songs in the trailer, "Last of My Kind," and you know, I'm very particular, and you know, I love a lot of like Midwest Americana, like Middle America textures, and I was like, man, this seems like a really cool movie, and it was a Stephen King movie. I was like, yo, this is a dream come true, because like Stephen here, I'm also like a huge Stephen King fan as well, like Christine, you know, Salem's Lot, all those things. I've been like a huge The Shining. I mean, the list can keep going. So I was really like, this is a dream come true, just having a song in the trailer. And then, you know, I hit up our team, Range, and I was like, man, and I was like, hey, is there any more opportunity to, you know, to create for this movie? And he then, you know, well, the team reached out to the studio, and the studio was like, hey, we need an end credit song. And you know, I just got to cooking. They showed me a preview. I checked it out. I watched it, and I was like really moved by it. And then I wrote the song that day, or immediately after watching the movie. I got some members from my band together, and we just came up with some chords, picked up our guitars, and started writing. And then my band, everyone in my band is a huge fan of you. Like they would rather play for you than play for me. Truthfully.
Whatever, dude.
It's cool. You know, it's all right, you know. But they love them so much. So as soon as I was like, sometimes I try to like impress them a little bit. I was like, you know, I could, you know, maybe Stephen Wilson. They're like, Stephen Wilson Jr.? I was like, yeah, I'll send him a text, you know. So it just made sense, man. It came from my gut. If I tell you, like, I didn't think of anybody else. It was literally, and you know, Stephen Wilson, like, man, Stephen, he's right here. I'm talking about him like he's not here. Yeah. But he's a cred artist. Like, if you work with, like, you're a cool guy, brother.
Thank
like,
you
you make me look cool. They're like,
vice versa, man.
Nah, because, you know, everyone's looking at me, they're like, damn, he knows Stephen Wilson Jr. This guy knows ball. The
feeling goes this way as well, dude. Thank you, man.
No, man, you make me look like a badass.
Vice versa. Thank you.
Yeah, he just jumped on it and just did his thing. But I didn't think it was gonna be a collab. But
yeah. Well, I also like the way the movie ends and the story ends. It ends with two characters, you know, the duality of the two. And I think that's a beautiful thing, the way, you know, that it's an end credit story and there's two singers. It ends with two walkers. And I won't talk about the ending in case people haven't seen it. But yeah, I think that was just meant to be, whether we meant for it to be that way or not. So.
Man, that's what I'm saying, man.
I think we've all at least seen that still frame of the two guys, the two characters, if we haven't seen the movie, and so that's why I would have guessed. Of course, it was meant to be a duet, but it was. To reflect on that,
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful story, and the fact that Stephen King wrote that in his dorm room at the University of Maine as a college student. And, you know, in the midst of the Vietnam War, the aspect and the perspective from which he wrote it was such a pure place. Like, because he was so young, he wasn't like a bestseller, a popular novelist. He even put it under a pseudonym, Richard Bachman, all that stuff. He was not what we know of as Stephen King at the time. And so, like, you know, approaching that with a pure spirit, the way he approached the story in itself, like he was just trying to channel his frustrations with the Vietnam War draft and seeing boys get sent off to war and mutilated for a purpose that seemed purposeless. He was just trying to process it all with art and try to like package it in a new way. And I mean, and all I could really do is just try to be pure about it like that, because he was like a child when he wrote that. So like, how do you get into that childlike pure state, like before all the stuff happens, and just, you know, write it purely?
You guys have not actually gone out and talked about this song that much, so I'm glad to hear about it. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more demands on you to talk about it or sing it with Oscar campaigning and all the stuff that people are going to want you to do. But it's great to have this television premiere on the CMAs. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to sing it with you, dude.
Come on, man.
We got to do rehearsal last night. It was really special.
Amazing.
I might have almost cried a little bit.
I cried for sure, man.
And I did not know the story about Stand By Me being related to the Stephen King movie. I just thought that was like you're a big Benny King
I feel
fan or
like you
something.
just dig deeper, you'll find a lot more of it.
Well, yeah, like I said, that has nothing. I couldn't have written that story if I tried. So that's just, I'm just walking the walk. That's
Yeah, come
he
on.
and I both are. And honestly, when he and I met each other, it was at the beginning of our walk, at least the busy part of our walk. But like last night, we were singing that during rehearsal, and there's a line in the chorus that, "I know you're tired, hell, so am I. We can't take the same road again." And I think, looking at each other now, singing that line, it comes with a beautiful sting that rings a little bit more true. And and I'm grateful to be on that road,
Yeah, man.
especially with you, dude.
Thank you, man. Seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll just have a little bit about what's going on with you individually. And first of all, Shaboozey, congratulations on being ASCAP's Artist Songwriter of the Year.
Thank you.
Dude,
Yeah.
congrats,
Thank
man.
you, brother. Thank you.
I didn't know.
Are you ASCAP?
No, I'm Seaside.
Okay, yeah, well, you'll get yours this year too.
They don't care about me.
Man,
And you just wrapped up a tour recently, and you had some interesting quotes. You were saying these shows have been so healing for me, and I hope for everyone in attendance. And people in America need to pull together more than anything. We need to understand each other. And so it sounds like, at least in the back of your mind, besides showing people a good time, you felt like you had a little bit of a mission when you were out.
Yeah, this tour was, I had this concept for doing this tour called the Great American Roadshow for a couple of years now, and I just kind of was just talking about how I feel like America has gotten so far from what, the idea of what it was originally, right? People coming here looking for a new life to just settle in and just be free to practice and worship and live culturally the way they choose to, right? As long as it's not infringing on other people's rights. So, I just wanted people to know that, I'm here with them as well. And we just all want for the same thing, to just, for it to just be somewhere where we all are, not even tolerant of each other, but just respective of each other and like, embracing other cultures, everything like me and country music and I'm getting lost in this knot. You could probably cut it where I said like a couple sentences ago, but you can jump in. Go ahead.
Just to pick up, what I love about the movie, and at least the moment, is it kind of levels the playing field. That's what the movie, or at least The Long Walk, does. It didn't matter if you're rich or poor. Like, everybody kind of was susceptible to the same rules, the same, like, no one was like, oh, he's the governor's son. If he doesn't walk 3 miles an hour, he's going to get preferential treatment. It kind of like, and I feel like that's maybe, the attempt here is like level the playing field and just remind everybody that we're all just trying to survive, and we all just want the best for one another, and trying to live the best life we can, because it's really such a precious thing, and life is so fragile, and humanity in itself is fragile, and we need to like cherish and protect our civilization.
Yeah.
Not take it for granted.
I want to ask, you've got a new single, Gary, is coming out, and just wrapped up a tour, and so I'm guessing that prefigures more 2026 music to come from you, and I'm wondering if you both have album projects in 2026.
Yeah, I do. I got an album, hopefully going to be coming out in 2026 with a single called Gary. He's going to Gary the torch and start the new trail. But yeah, I had this epiphany like about a little over a year ago that there ain't a lot of boys named Gary anymore, and where I come from, like, the Garys just know how to fix things. They don't know why, they just do. And I think we're going to need our Garys, because technology and people want to do things with tech, and that's great and all, but at the end of the day, septic tanks ain't going nowhere, and you're going to need a Gary to show up.
You don't need a Gary.
You're like, AI ain't going to show up, but a guy will, and there's a good chance his name is going to be Gary.
Gary for sure.
But yeah, so I think a lot of times we celebrate maybe some people that sure can be celebrated, but I'd like to celebrate some people that usually are never celebrated, and I think Gary might be one of them, or at least the metaphorical Garys that we're going to need, that make the world go round and keep our trucks running and keep the tires full of air and keep the plumbing working and pretty much all the stuff that nobody really wants to talk about. So
Keep the world going around.
yes, sir.
Yeah, great song.
Thank you.
And you, anything you'd want to
Man.
promise us?
Just working, honestly. I just want to keep telling my story, telling stories. I'm a huge like storyteller and world builder, so I can't really speak too much on it, but I'm really excited for what's coming in 2026. It's going to be really, really, really awesome. So, yeah.
Well, reflecting the theme of the song, I mean, you both are people who have very diverse audiences, and you draw from every genre. And when I saw your show at the Wiltern, people who are hardcore country, people who are from a completely different rock and roll kind of world, and so you're living that out individually in terms of bringing people together, I think. So that's something to be said for both of you. So.
Oh, thank you.
You been to a show?
What?
Have you been to a show?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Insane.
Wiltern sold out show a couple
Wiltern?
weeks ago.
Yeah, we just did it.
The Wiltern? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Sold out?
Yes, sir.
Sold out the Wilton?
Yeah, dude.
My God, it's
And
crazy.
the Dodgers won the World Series
Yo.
during our show. It was pretty wild.
Dang, that's so
It was,
sick.
it was one of the wildest experiences I've ever.
Did you go downtown?
I was like, man, these people are going crazy. They love this song. And I was like, wait.
They were like on their phones.
No, they were going crazy. And I was like, no, the Dodgers just won the World Series.
No, yeah, I hope you ended like, yeah. Was it the last song? When they
No,
figured
it was the
out?
third song.
Oh,
It was
snap.
like, yeah.
It must have been a great show.
Yeah, it was like people just went crazy. I was like, this show, like we started the show and it was already an extra inning, so like, we got to go on. This game could go on forever. And then by the third song, they won. I was like, this show is either going to go really far north or really far south.
Yeah.
It went
Some people
north,
like bunk,
thankfully.
they shelter when the Dodgers win the World Series. It gets crazy in LA.
Oh, yeah.
People bunker down. Yeah.
Wow.
It's nuts.
Finally, just anything you guys are looking forward to about actually being at the CMAs?
You go first.
Well, he's nominated for Best New Artist.
He's nominated for best.
There's that. There's that.
And I'm rooting for him big time.
I'm rooting for him big time, man.
Oh, man. Thank you.
Just seeing all the friends, man, seeing everybody. It's an amazing thing to be a part of, whether you win or lose. Just being together with other colleagues that are doing great things in entertainment and art in the world as a whole. It's cool to just like shake each other's hands and let each other know, hey man, keep going, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really what the camaraderie, and at the end of the day, we've been going around the whole world like singing these songs, and we kind of come together to just kind of reflect on it all. And winning and all that stuff, I don't think about that. My dad was a fighter, and I grew up boxing, and he used to tell me, if you step through the ropes, son, you've already won. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to step through the ropes and win or whatever. I just want to be in the ring. Yeah, like honestly, being nominated is a huge win for me. I'm kind of I've never been a cool kid. So I feel like the nerdy kid in the '90s movie that they nominated as prom king just so they can make fun of him.
Yep, come on, Stephen King again, another one. Carrie?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like the
Don't be
Carrie.
Carrie in there, man. Don't rise up and bring down Bridgestone Arena on top of us.
Yeah, I can do
man.
that.
Look, you won in my book. Seriously,
thank you.
no one
Same to
deserves
you.
it more than you. Seriously,
Same to
don't
you,
no,
man.
don't give me that. Take that.
Thank you.
Well, I'll take it too, but
No.
no one deserves it more than you,
Really
brother.
does.
Not a very cutthroat competition here.
Well, it
Not
is-
really,
Well,
no.
now it's no. I'm really am rooting for you, dude. Because he is a world builder. I love that he just said that. Like you build worlds, and
you so much.
that's what the world needs.
Yeah.
And the world needs to see other versions of itself, better versions, perhaps.
Yeah.
And
Thank you guys for coming by.
thank you.